My beloved child, stop and listen to me. For this moment is not an accident. I have brought you here because I see the weight pressing on your chest when you rise in the morning. I see the quiet emptiness that greets you before your feet even touch the floor. I see the questions that trouble your heart. How will I face this day? Where will my strength come from? You have carried burdens through the years, walked through valleys, and weathered storms that no one else fully understands. And now I call you to hear me, for I am speaking directly to you. Every dawn holds more than light. It carries a sacred invitation. In the stillness before the noise of the world begins, I draw near to you. This is the hour when my presence surrounds you like a gentle cloak, waiting for you to notice. You can choose to wrap yourself in worry, or you can clothe yourself in my promises. Just as you would not step into the cold without covering, so I give you my word, Psalm 121, as your shield and your armor for the battles ahead. Lift your eyes to me. Do not seek your help in your own strength, your own plans, or the shifting circumstances around you. Your help comes from me, the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I, who shaped the mountains and stretched out the heavens, hold your life in my hands. Before you open your inbox, before you scroll through the news, before you let the voices of this world crowd your heart, breathe and look up. Speak my word out loud. Let it cover you like a mantle of protection. And if my spirit is tugging at you now, respond. Declare it openly. I choose to start with God. Let it be your testimony. Return here each morning, not just to a video, but to a meeting place with me, your refuge, your altar, your reset. For I am your keeper, your shade, your shield. With me, you have nothing to fear. Beloved child, hear me now. Each morning when the sky blushes with light, I extend to you a gift that cannot be bought, earned, or replicated. It is my grace, new every morning, fresh like the dawn itself. Yesterday's footprints may linger in your memory, but as the ocean tide wipes the sand clean, so do I wash away the weight of what is past. The regrets, the failures, the words you wish you had not spoken, the choices you wish you could undo. All of these I cover in mercy. The sun's rising is not just a routine of nature, it is my voice whispering, you are not trapped in yesterday. You are free to begin again. I know you, for you have lived long enough to carry scars and memories, to understand how time weaves joy with sorrow, hope with disappointment. And in that tender space, I speak to you. Do not carry yesterday into today as if it were your prison. My mercies are not rationed, they are renewed. This morning is not simply another square on the calendar. It is a divine opportunity, a holy reset, a chance to draw near to me with a heart unburdened by shame. In these still hours, when the world has not yet erupted in noise and demand, my presence surrounds you. I am not far away, nor am I too occupied to notice you. I am close, nearer than the breath you draw, waiting for you to recognize my nearness. The quiet of the morning is not emptiness, it is my invitation. I do not shout, I do not force. I call with faithfulness, always the same, never shifting like the shadows of men. If you listen, you will hear me. Come back, start again, I am here. But even in this gift of morning, I give you choice. I will not force your heart. You may clothe yourself in worry, or you may clothe yourself in faith. You may wrap yourself in fear, or you may wrap yourself in my promises. Each new day opens with a decision. Will you let anxiety be the voice that rules you, or will you let faith speak louder? Will you give your allegiance to distraction, or will you devote your first breath to me? These choices are not small. They chart the course of your day, the tone of your spirit, and the strength of your steps. I know you, my child. I see how often you lean on your own ability, on plans, schedules, and control. You have built, you have worked, you have strived. But I tell you this, your hope does not come from your own power, and your peace will not be found in your performance. You have seen how fragile the world's securities can be. Bank accounts can dry up, relationships can break, even health can falter. Yet I remain. I, the maker of heaven and earth, am the one constant that does not change. Do not measure your hope by what you can control. Rest your hope in me, for I am attentive, I am present, I am near. When fatigue weighs you down, when choices seem too heavy, when relationships fray and confusion clouds your mind, turn to Psalm 121, not as words on a page, but as a refuge for your soul. It is more than poetry. It is your shelter, your anthem, your lifeline. Speak it, believe it, hold it as tightly as you hold the railing on a steep climb. Let it remind you that your keeper does not slumber, your protector does not look away. Your God does not abandon his post. Even as you sleep, I am awake. Even as you tremble, I hold you steady. Even as you feel forgotten, I surround you. You are never outside of my sight, never beyond my reach. Do you feel shaky? Do you feel unseen? Do you feel like your soul is slipping on uncertain ground? Then hear me. I am your stability. I am your covering. I am your shield. What you cannot hold, I hold. Where you falter, I sustain. When the voices of fear rise, my whisper is stronger still. You are safe. You are mine. So pause. Breathe. Remember. Do not rush from this moment without anchoring your heart in me. For the day will bring its noise, its battles, its unexpected turns. But if you carry this truth, nothing will shake you from my hand. I am your keeper. I am your shade. I am your unfailing watcher. I do not sleep. I do not forget. I do not waver. Let my words be the rhythm of your steps. When you walk into a meeting, I walk with you. When you sit in silence, I sit beside you. When you wake in the middle of the night with fear, I am already awake, guarding your soul. You are not overlooked. You are not left behind. You are not cast aside. You are seen, you are protected, you are covered. Every morning, I hand you a choice, but I also hand you a promise. If you choose me, I will steady you. If you trust me, I will shield you. If you look to me, I will be your helper. I am not calling you to ignore reality. I am calling you to remember the greater reality, that I am greater than every fear, every failure, every shadow that dares to intimidate you. Do not let your heart be consumed by what might come, for I am already in what will be. Do not let your strength be drained by what you cannot control, for I hold all things in my hand. Do not let your faith shrink in the face of uncertainty, for I am your certainty. So as you stand in this morning light, I call you to renew your soul. Take off the garments of fear and put on my promises. Let your confession be clear. My help comes from the Lord. Carry that anthem into your day. Let it echo when you face a challenge, when you make a decision, when you speak to another weary soul. My word will not return empty. My protection will not fail. My presence will not abandon. Remember, beloved, I am not a distant observer. I am an active keeper. I am not passive toward your life. I am engaged in every detail. I am not uncertain about your tomorrow. I have already written your days. Let this truth settle deep within you. You are safe. You are seen. You are surrounded. Pause now and lift your eyes. Do not fix them on what is broken or on what is missing. Fix them on me. For I am your strength. I am your fortress. I am your everlasting refuge. Take a breath and know that I am God. This morning is my gift to you. This moment is my invitation. And this truth is my seal over your life. I am near, I am faithful, and I am sure. Walk forward in peace, for I am your keeper now and forevermore. Beloved, stay with me as I lead you deeper. You have heard my assurance in the stillness of morning. And now I want you to understand why these words of Psalm 121 have long been known as the Traveler's Psalm. My people Israel once walked roads that were harsh and unforgiving. Their journeys took them through mountains and valleys where wild animals lurked, where scorching heat beat down without mercy, and where thieves hid in shadows waiting to strike. Every step they took was a risk, and yet every step they took was under my watch. So they sang this psalm, not as a soft melody, but as a declaration of trust. It was their hymn of hope, their prayer for safety, their proclamation that I was their companion no matter where the road would lead. I tell you this because your journey may not unfold on desert paths or rocky terrain, but you too are travelers. Each day you step into a road unknown. Sometimes the ground feels familiar, and sometimes it shifts suddenly beneath you. A single phone call can change your direction. A decision can weigh heavy. An opportunity can appear that demands courage you are not sure you have. Do not think for a moment that your life is stationary. Every sunrise is the beginning of another stretch of your journey. And on this journey, you are never alone. Hear my whisper. I see your path before you take a single step. I know every turn that lies ahead, every burden you will carry, every storm that will rise without warning. I am not waiting behind you, hoping you make it through. I am already before you, preparing the way, watching, guiding, and keeping. When you step forward into the unknown, remember that the terrain does not surprise me. The twists and the steep climbs do not catch me off guard. I am your keeper on every road, in every season, through every valley and every mountaintop. Understand this. I never promised that the journey would be easy. I did not say you would never face trouble, never feel tired, never encounter resistance. What I promised you is far greater. I promised you my protection. I promised that though the road may test you, it will not destroy you. I promised that though enemies may rise, they will not prevail. I promised that when you stumble, I will lift you up. And when you feel lost, I will show you the way. This is the assurance of Psalm 121. It does not remove the reality of the journey, but it covers the traveler with the certainty of my keeping. Do you see how my word speaks to you here? As it is written in Psalm 119:105, my word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. This is the kind of light I give you. It is not a blinding beam that reveals the whole horizon at once. For if you saw the entire road laid out before you, your heart would be overwhelmed. Instead, I shine enough for the step before you, and then enough for the step after that. I lead you faithfully, patiently, steadily. You may not see the whole journey, but you can trust the one who does. So when you stand at a crossroads, unsure of which way to turn, remember that you are not abandoned to guesswork. My word will guide you. My spirit will nudge you. My presence will surround you. You may feel uncertainty, but I am not uncertain. You may feel hesitation, but I am not hesitant. You may feel like the road ahead is hidden, but I am already walking there, clearing what needs to be cleared and strengthening you for what must be faced. Let this truth anchor you. I am not only the God of your destination, I am the God of your journey. I am not only waiting at the finish line, I am walking with you on every mile of the road. I am your covering when you set out, and I am your refuge when you return. I am your compass when you cannot see direction, and I am your shelter when storms rise around you. So lift your eyes again, my child. Lift them higher than the obstacles, higher than the doubts, higher than the shadows. Remember this overarching promise: the Lord will watch over your coming and your going, both now and forevermore. This is not a temporary safeguard. It is a seal over your life. It means that as you step out of your door in the morning, I am there. As you lie down to rest at night, I am there. When you begin something new with trembling hands, I am there. When you end a chapter with weary relief, I am still there. You are not traveling alone, and you never will. My presence is constant. My gaze is fixed upon you, and my keeping hand does not waver. Whether your path leads you into joy or into testing, into laughter or into tears, into new beginnings or into seasons of waiting, my promise holds steady. I am your keeper. I am your shade. I am your faithful companion. So take courage, beloved. The road may stretch long, the climb may feel steep, but you are safe in my keeping. Do not fear what lies around the bend. Do not tremble at the shadows of what you cannot see. Trust me. Walk with me. Know that every step you take is under the watchful eyes of the one who made heaven and earth. And let Psalm 121 be your anthem as you continue on your journey. The Lord will keep my going out and my coming in from this time forth and forevermore. This is your covering. This is your compass. This is your promise, sealed not by chance, but by the eternal faithfulness of your God. Lift your eyes, beloved. Do not keep them fixed upon the ground where your troubles dwell, nor on the shadows that threaten to overwhelm you. Lift your gaze to the hills. That is where the question rises from your soul: where does my help come from? In the days of my servant David, the hills were both a place of fear and a place of hope. Danger hid in the mountains, where enemies could ambush travelers. Yet it was also on a hill that my temple stood, the place where my presence dwelled, where worship and sacrifice rose like incense before me. To lift one's eyes to the hills was to confront both the threat of man and the assurance of God. And in that tension, David declared with certainty, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." Hear me. For this declaration is not poetry alone. It is truth, sealed with power. Your help does not come from alliances, for alliances can fail. Your help does not come from human wisdom, for wisdom can falter. Your help does not come from wealth, for wealth can vanish in a moment. Your help does not come from your own strength, for even the strongest grow weary. Your help comes from me, the one who stretched out the heavens with my hand, who formed the mountains and hollowed out the seas, who breathed life into dust and called it man. I am the maker, and I am your helper. You who are weary from striving, you who measure your worth by what you can build or manage, hear this: you were never meant to carry life by the strength of your own arm. Even the gifts you carry, the talents you use, the wisdom you share, they are not self-made. They are deposits from my Spirit. Remember the story of the tabernacle in the wilderness. Every craftsman, every artisan who shaped its beauty was not skilled by his own invention, but by my Spirit filling him with wisdom, understanding, and ability. The work of their hands testified to my empowerment. In the same way, every gift you possess, every insight you carry, every breath that sustains you is a testimony to my keeping. Do not be deceived into believing that what you have is self-sustained. The strength in your heart, the resilience in your spirit, the clarity in your mind, these are not accidents. They are my provision, my signature upon your life. You rise each day not because of your will alone, but because my breath fills your lungs. You endure hardship not because of your resolve alone, but because I uphold you with my hand. So when you face the mountains that tower before you, mountains of anxiety, mountains of disappointment, mountains of grief, do not let them intimidate you into despair. Do not stare so long at their height that you forget who formed them. I, the Lord, am greater than every summit, deeper than every valley, stronger than every shadow that looms. When the hills of life threaten to overwhelm you, lift your eyes higher still. Lift them beyond the mountain to the maker of the mountain. My child, you have lived enough years to know that life does not always go as you planned. There are valleys that cut deeper than expected and climbs that exhaust more than you thought possible. There are moments when fear whispers that you are alone and that your strength will not hold. But I speak over you now. Your strength was never meant to be your savior. Your salvation, your endurance, your true help comes from me. Let these words anchor you. When you wake with worry pressing against your chest, remember, my help comes from the Lord. When disappointment stings and hope feels fragile, declare, my help comes from the Lord. When loss leaves an emptiness no man can fill, whisper through tears, my help comes from the Lord. This is not a mantra to soothe your mind. It is a covenant reality that sustains your soul. I, the maker of heaven and earth, am also the keeper of your life. The vastness of the galaxies does not distract me from the intimacy of your heart. The God who placed the stars also holds your tears. The one who carved the mountains also shapes your path. The power that sustains the universe also sustains your tomorrow. Therefore, do not look down in defeat, and do not look around in comparison. Look up. Lift your eyes. Lift your hopes. Lift your faith. For I am not far, I am not indifferent, I am not uncertain, I am near. I am attentive, I am sure. Let this truth silence the lie that you must depend on your striving. Let it dismantle the illusion that your security is in what you can control. Your strength does not come from your hands. It comes from your Savior. Your provision does not come from the world. It comes from your God. Your help does not come from fleeting things. It comes from the eternal Maker who calls you His own. So today, when the hills look steep, when the climb feels impossible, when the shadows lengthen and the path feels hidden, lift your eyes, not to the problem, but to the presence, not to the fear, but to the faithful one. not to your weakness, but to your keeper. For I am your help, and I will never fail you. This is the promise of Psalm 121. Your help is not uncertain, your strength is not unstable, your hope is not misplaced. Your help comes from me, the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. And that truth, my child, will carry you through every valley, every storm, and every climb, until you stand in the place I have prepared for you, strong and unshaken, upheld by my everlasting hand. Beloved, let this truth sink deeply into your spirit. I will not allow your foot to be moved. I know the roads you walk are uneven, filled with hidden stones that bruise and paths that shift beneath your steps. I see how easily your emotions waver, how the weight of sorrow or the pull of fear can cause you to stumble. Yet I am the one who steadies you. You are not walking alone, exposed to the dangers of a fragile world. My hand is upon you. My strength is beneath you, and my presence surrounds you. What threatens to shake you cannot overthrow you, for I am your keeper. Think of the stormy night when my disciple Peter stepped out upon the waves. As long as his eyes were fixed on me, he did what no man thought possible. He walked on water. But when he looked at the winds, when he gave his attention to the storm rather than to my face, fear rose and his footing gave way. Yet even in his sinking, I did not let him drown. I reached for him. I caught him before the waters claimed him. This is the picture of my keeping power in your life. You may falter, but you will not be abandoned. You may stumble, but you will not be lost. My hand reaches before you fall fully. My grip is sure when yours grows weak. So do not measure your security by the stability of the ground beneath you. Measure it by the strength of the one who holds you. Even when the terrain shifts, I remain steady. Even when your emotions waver, I remain constant. Even when fear whispers that you are about to fall, know that I am already reaching to lift you. But my promise does not end with you alone. Hear this: the one who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. My keeping hand stretches far beyond the life of one individual. I have preserved families. I have sustained generations. I have carried nations. Remember the Red Sea. Pharaoh's army thundered behind my people, and the vast waters lay ahead of them. It appeared there was no escape, no hope, no path forward. Yet I, the God who never slumbers, made a way where there was none. I split the sea. I led my people through on dry ground. I did not save only Moses. I did not protect only a chosen few. I delivered an entire nation. This is the scope of my faithfulness. I keep the one, and I keep the many. I watch over the child crying in secret, and I watch over the community lifting their voices in unison. I guard the heart of the individual believer, and I guard the destiny of my people together. My watch is not selective, nor is my care divided. My eyes see all, my hand sustains all, and my faithfulness covers all. Understand this, beloved. I do not grow weary in watching over you. I do not drift into distraction. I do not close my eyes. I do not take rest at the expense of your safety. You live in a world where bodies need sleep, where minds require rest, where strength fades with time. But I am not like man. I need no sleep. I take no pause. I do not drift into slumber while danger creeps near. Day and night I keep you. In your waking hours, I guard your steps. In your sleeping hours, I surround your soul. While you rest unaware, I remain fully alert, attentive to every breath you take. This should be your confidence. You are never unguarded. Even in your most vulnerable moments, I am active. When your eyes close in fatigue, mine remain open in vigilance. When you lose sight of what lies ahead, I see it clearly. When you are too weak to stand, I am strong to hold you. There is no lapse in my protection, no break in my attention, no pause in my love. Take comfort, child, in this unchanging reality. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are not left to your own strength. I am wide awake, always present, always attentive, always steadying your steps. So when the path feels unstable, when relationships falter, when your heart trembles with uncertainty, remember this: I will not let your foot slip. You may feel the shake beneath you, but you will not be cast down. You may feel the tremor of fear, but you will not be consumed. For I am the one who keeps you stable. And as you hold this promise for yourself, remember also that I am keeping those around you. I keep your household, your loved ones, your community, your nation. My covenant of faithfulness is not confined to one generation. It stretches from the past to the present and into the future. The same God who kept Israel at the Red Sea is the same God keeping you now. The same God who held the church through persecution holds you in your trials. The same God who never abandoned his people will not abandon you. This is my testimony over your life. You are steadied. You are sustained. You are secured by a God who does not slumber. So lift your eyes again, not with fear of falling, but with confidence in your keeper. Do not live in dread of slipping, but in assurance of being held. Do not tremble at the weakness of your footing, but rejoice in the strength of my grip. For I am your God, faithful to one and faithful to many. Keeper of your soul and keeper of generations, always awake, always near, always sure. Walk forward in peace, for I am the one who will not let you fall, and I am the one who never sleeps. Beloved, hear my promise and let it settle deep into your soul. I, the Lord, am your keeper. I am the shade at your right hand. I know what it means for you to walk under the relentless heat of pressure, the scorching demands of life, the unyielding blaze of trials that do not seem to let up. In the days when this psalm was first sung, shade was more than comfort. It was survival. For travelers crossing desert paths, the presence or absence of shade meant the difference between strength and collapse, between endurance and exhaustion. And so I speak this truth into your spirit now. Just as shade preserved the weary wanderer, so my presence preserves you. Do not think of me as distant, hovering far above your struggles. I am near, closer than your very breath. My shade does not fall in some far-off place. It is at your right hand, beside you, where your work is done, where your battles are fought, where your hand reaches forth to act, to give, to build, to bless. The right hand in my word is not a casual symbol. It represents strength, authority, honor, and the place where actions unfold. To say, I am the shade at your right hand, is to say I stand shoulder to shoulder with you, covering you where your life is most active, most exposed, most vulnerable. Do you feel the heat of responsibility pressing down? Do you feel the relentless rays of worry burning upon your spirit? Do deadlines, burdens, and relationships weigh like a sun without mercy? Know this: I stand as your shade. I cover you from what would otherwise consume you. I shield you when the glare blinds your vision. I protect you when the strain grows unbearable. My nearness is not abstract. It is practical. It is real. It is the relief you cannot create for yourself. Consider my servant Jonah, who in his anger and despair sat outside the city of Nineveh. His heart was not aligned with mine. His spirit was frustrated. His thoughts were far from mercy. Yet I, in compassion, caused a plant to grow, its leaves spreading wide to shield him from the burning sun. Jonah had not earned that shade. He had not prayed for it with humility. Yet I gave it, because my heart is generous even when yours falters. This moment was more than a lesson for Jonah. It is a revelation of who I am. I give shade even when your heart struggles, even when your spirit wrestles with doubt, even when your perspective is clouded. My provision is not a reward for perfection. It is the overflow of grace. Let this reassure you. I am not only with you when your heart is strong, but also when it trembles. I am not only your shade when you walk in faith, but even when you stumble in weakness. My presence does not withdraw when your emotions fail. I remain at your right hand, near, covering, constant. So when life feels like a desert and the heat bears down without pause, remember this: I am your shade. I am not absent in your stress, not unaware of your deadlines, not indifferent to your exhaustion. I am beside you. I see the heat you feel. I know the intensity of the demands upon you. And I give you covering that keeps you steady, peace that settles your soul, and strength that rises within you when yours runs dry. This shade I provide is more than mere relief. It is empowerment. I do not only shield you, I strengthen you. At your right hand, the place of action and authority, I infuse you with my grace. I enable you to move forward with calm when circumstances would provoke chaos. I empower you to respond with kindness when frustration would otherwise control you. I equip you to stand with courage when fear would push you to retreat. My shade is not passive, it is active. It is the infusion of divine power in the very place where you live, work, and engage with the world. Do not despise the image of shade, for it holds a mystery. Just as a traveler under the desert sun could not survive without shade, so you cannot endure without my presence. Shade is not a luxury, it is a necessity. My nearness is not optional to your survival. It is essential to your strength, your peace, your ability to walk faithfully. This is why I tell you, abide in me, and I will cover you. Dwell close to me, and you will not be scorched. Keep your hand in mine, and you will not faint beneath the heat. I know you have faced seasons when the pressure seemed unbearable, when every step felt heavy, and the demands weighed upon you like a merciless sun. In those moments, recall my promise. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. I do not allow the heat to destroy you. I stand near, giving you strength in your labor, grace in your trials, and mercy in your weakness. So lift your eyes to me, even when the sun beats down. Call upon me in the midst of pressure. Feel my nearness as I stand beside you. Know that you are not abandoned to endure the blaze alone. My presence is the shadow that cools, the relief that restores, the strength that sustains. Beloved, let this truth settle into the places of your heart that feel weary. You are not powerless under the heat of life. You are not defenseless beneath the demands of your journey. I am with you. I am your keeper. I am your shade. And I stand at your right hand, not far away, but close enough to guide, to guard, and to give you all that you need for this day. Therefore, walk forward without fear. The sun may rise high, but it will not overcome you. The pressure may mount, but it will not break you. The demands may press in, but they will not consume you. For you are walking in the shade of the Almighty, and with me by your side, you will endure, you will stand, and you will prevail. This is my promise. I am your keeper. I am your shade at your right hand. You are never without my covering, never without my strength, never without my presence. Rest in this, and let it carry you through every hour, every burden, and every heat of the day. Beloved, let your heart lean in to hear this next promise. I have told you that I am your keeper and your shade at your right hand. But now I speak to you of a deeper assurance. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. Do you understand the fullness of what I am declaring over you? I am revealing that my care does not move in and out with the rhythms of your life. It does not fade when the day is long, nor does it waver when the night grows silent. My keeping is constant. My protection is round the clock. My presence does not pause, and my faithfulness does not rest. You know well the heat of the day, for you have walked under it often. These are the challenges that are seen, the problems that glare before your eyes with no hiding place. They are the responsibilities of your work, the weight of conflict in your relationships, the strain of illness in your body, and the pressure of financial needs that will not wait. These are the battles you face head-on, battles that exhaust your strength and demand your focus. They are the sun moments, where life's harsh light makes every flaw, every burden, and every weakness feel exposed. And yet, I promise you, the sun will not strike you. This does not mean the burdens will disappear, nor that the conflicts will always be resolved in an instant. It means they will not consume you. They will not burn you beyond recovery. They will not destroy your soul. For I am your covering even under the fiercest light of day. But the night carries its own trials, and you know them well too. These are not the obvious battles, not the ones others can see clearly. These are the inner struggles, the hidden wars of the heart, loneliness that lingers in the quiet, doubts that whisper when no one is near, spiritual dryness that makes your prayers feel hollow, and emotional numbness that dulls the edge of your hope. These are the moon moments, not blazing and direct, but subtle, silent, and sometimes more suffocating. They creep in during the long hours, when you cannot name what is wrong, but you feel the weight of its presence. And I promise you, as surely as I promised protection under the sun, the moon by night will not harm you. Even in the silent battles, I am near. Even when you cannot see what presses against you, I shield you from its full effect. Understand this clearly. My protection is not partial. It is not bound by time or circumstance. I do not clock in when the day begins and clock out when the night falls. I do not keep you in the visible battles only to leave you exposed in the invisible ones. Whether you face the glaring challenges of the day or the hidden fears of the night, my watch does not end. My eyes are open. My presence is constant. My covering is unbroken. Remember what I did for Israel in the wilderness. I did not lead them with a single method that left them vulnerable when conditions changed. By day, I went before them as a pillar of cloud, shielding them from the burning heat and guiding them on their path. By night, I was a pillar of fire, lighting their way and guarding them from unseen dangers. Do you see the pattern? Day or night, clear or hidden, visible or invisible. My presence adapted to their need. There was never a moment when they were uncovered, never a step they took outside the shelter of my watch. And as I was faithful to them, so I am faithful to you. Beloved, let this truth be your anchor. You are never without me. In the blazing trials that everyone can see, I am your shield. In the quiet battles that no one else notices, I am your defender. In the clarity of progress, I guide you. In the mystery of waiting, I sustain you. My presence does not waver with the conditions of your journey. I am faithful in the light, and I am faithful in the dark. So when you find yourself under the weight of day's responsibilities, remember that you are not exposed. My shade covers you. My strength empowers you, and my peace steadies you. And when you sit in the silence of night, unsure why your heart feels heavy, know that you are not abandoned. I am with you even there, holding back the harm you cannot see, whispering to your weary soul, you are not alone. Let this promise guard your heart. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. It is my declaration of total, unbroken care over your life. You are kept when you are strong, and you are kept when you are weak. You are protected when you stand in the light of day, and you are protected when you walk through the shadows of night. Therefore, rest in me. Do not be afraid of what tomorrow's sun might bring, nor of what tonight's shadows might conceal. For I am the God of both day and night, and I am your keeper always. Trust this, beloved, and let it be the peace that steadies your heart in every season. My presence is faithful, my protection is constant, and my love is unchanging. You are covered now, you are covered tonight, and you will be covered forevermore. Beloved, do not miss this. Lean in, for what I am about to declare is one of the deepest assurances you can carry. The Lord will keep you from all evil. I will keep your life. Let those words echo in the chambers of your heart, for they are not fragile hopes, but a divine decree sealed by my faithfulness. When I say all evil, I do not mean some. I do not mean only what is visible, only what others recognize, or only what you expect. I mean every form of harm that seeks to come against you, seen or unseen, external or internal, physical or spiritual, loud or silent. My keeping is complete. You live in a world that constantly reminds you of danger. You see accidents, sickness, and sudden losses that shake your peace. These are the outward assaults, the storms that strike without warning. But I tell you, I cover you even there. I hedge you in, I surround you, I guard your steps. Evil may attempt to approach, but it will not have the power to overthrow what I have sealed. I am the one who determines the boundary lines around your life, and I do not permit destruction to have the final word. Yet do not think that my keeping is limited to the external. For I see the battles that rage within, the anxiety that presses in, the temptations that whisper in the night, the doubts that try to fracture your faith, and the exhaustion that weakens your resolve. These internal assaults are as real and as dangerous as any outward attack. But I guard you here too. I am not only the keeper of your body, I am the keeper of your soul. I steady your mind when fear rises. I strengthen your heart when weariness spreads. I hold your identity when confusion seeks to steal it. Understand the weight of this word. When the scripture says, I will keep your life, it is not shallow or partial. The Hebrew word embraces the fullness of who you are, your being, your essence, your identity, your destiny. It is not only your breath that I preserve, but the purpose for which I breathed life into you. I keep the thread of your story, the integrity of your calling, the eternal future that I have written over you. Nothing can unravel what my hand has woven. Even the enemy himself has been forced to acknowledge my protection. Remember my servant Job. When Satan came before me, he said, "Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has?" The adversary recognized the invisible wall of my keeping. Though I permitted Job to endure a season of testing, my hedge was never removed without my sovereign hand, allowing the trial for a purpose greater than the pain. Job's life was never outside of my hold, his destiny never outside of my plan, his soul never outside of my keeping. And if this was true for him, it is true for you. Hear me clearly. My promise does not mean you will never feel pain, never face hardship, never shed tears. The fire may burn, the waters may rise, the storm may rage, but the fire will not consume you, the waters will not drown you, and the storm will not tear you from my grasp. Evil may form its weapons, but they will not prosper. Darkness may threaten, but it cannot overtake. Trials may come, but they will not destroy the life I preserve within you. So take courage, my child. Do not live bound by fear of what might come. Do not let the news, the voices, or the shadows dictate your peace. You are not unguarded. You are not unprotected. You are not exposed to chance or fate. You are held by the everlasting arms of the one who neither slumbers nor sleeps. Every step you take is covered. Every breath you draw is preserved. Every battle you face is surrounded by a shield that cannot be broken. When you wake in the morning, uncertain of what lies ahead, remember, I am already keeping you. When you walk into situations where you cannot control the outcome, remember, I am already guarding you. When night falls and silence magnifies your fears, remember, I am already watching over you. My keeping does not falter with time or change with seasons. It is steadfast, relentless, eternal. Beloved, let this be your quiet confidence. You are being kept. Even when you feel vulnerable, you are covered. Even when you feel weary, you are surrounded. Even when you feel alone, you are not forsaken. My keeping is not fragile. It is not uncertain. It is not partial. It is complete, intentional, and unshakable. So walk forward today, not in trembling, but in assurance. Let your soul breathe freely, for you are not at the mercy of the world's chaos. You are at the mercy of my love, and my love is a fortress that cannot be breached. Lift your head, steady your heart, and carry this truth as a banner over your life. The Lord keeps me from all evil. He keeps my life. This is who I am to you. This is the promise I seal over you. This is the covering that no enemy can strip away. Rest in it, live in it, and let it fill you with peace. For I, the Lord, am your keeper, now and forever. Beloved, lean in with all your heart and listen. For what I am about to declare over you is not a fragile comfort, but an eternal decree that cannot be shaken. I, the Lord, will watch over your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. This is not a fleeting word for a single day, nor a temporary promise that expires with a season. It is a seal stamped upon your life, written into your story. and carried into eternity by my faithfulness. Every step you take outward and every return you make inward is within my gaze, covered by my hand and surrounded by my presence. Your days are marked by rhythms of going out and coming in. You leave the safety of your dwelling to step into the demands of the world, into work that tests your strength, into schools where burdens are carried, into hospitals where the unknown looms, and into crossroads where choices weigh heavy upon your soul. And then you return, sometimes weary, sometimes triumphant, sometimes broken, and sometimes longing only for rest. Hear me now. In both movements, I am there. I do not wait for you only at the threshold of home. I go with you when you depart, and I welcome you when you return. There is no door you walk through that escapes my covering. This was the assurance I gave to Jacob as he fled into the wilderness, uncertain of his future and fearful of his enemies. I revealed myself and spoke words that echo across time. I am with you. I will watch over you wherever you go. I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. This word is not confined to Jacob's story. It is the heartbeat of my covenant with all who belong to me. I am not a God who abandons halfway. I am the one who begins the work, sustains it, and brings it to completion. So do not fear the journeys before you. When you go out into the unfamiliar, know that I am your shield. When you return carrying burdens too heavy to voice, know that I am your refuge. I am not absent in the first steps, nor absent in the final ones. I do not send you out without my presence, nor do I stand aloof when you return. I walk beside you both ways. My keeping is whole, and my promise is unbroken. Consider what these words mean, from this time forth and forevermore. They are not confined to this morning or this year. They stretch into every tomorrow, into every season yet to come, into every unseen valley and every unknown mountain. My keeping does not expire. My protection does not lapse. My love does not reach its limit. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. When you step into a new beginning, I go before you. When you finish a long and weary season, I stand beside you. When your life enters unknown transitions, I hold you steady. From this time forth, I will not change. Think of the countless exits and entrances that shape your days. You leave your home for work. You return again to rest. You walk into places of opportunity, and you walk out of seasons of loss. You step into waiting rooms where the outcome is uncertain, and you step back into places of quiet where your soul aches for peace. In every one of these, my presence is the same. Your going out is covered. Your coming in is blessed. Beloved, let this truth breathe peace into your heart. I am not God of only one part of your journey. I am the God of all of it. I am Lord over your beginnings and Lord over your endings. I am keeper of your departures and keeper of your arrivals. There is no place you walk where my watch does not extend, and no moment you return where my blessing does not rest upon you. Even more, my keeping is not limited to you as an individual. I watch over your household, your family, your generations. I guard the prayers you have sown, ensuring that not one of them is wasted. I oversee the legacy of faith you carry, weaving it into the future of those who come after you. My protection stretches beyond your years into the eternity I hold. What I cover in your life now will ripple through generations. So let your declaration rise boldly. The Lord sees me. The Lord is with me. My going out is covered. My coming in is blessed. Say it when you begin something new. Say it when you end a weary day. Say it when you step into places of uncertainty. Say it when you return with questions that still wait for answers. Let it be the anthem of your faith, for it is the truth of my covenant with you. I know the fears that whisper when you step into the unknown. I know the questions that stir when you walk through doors that seem too heavy to push open. I know the relief and the weariness that flood your soul when you finally return home. And I speak into all of it. You are never alone. You are never uncovered. You are never forgotten. My eyes are upon you in the departure, and my arms are open to you in the return. Rest in this, beloved. You do not live one day without my covering. You do not take one step without my watchful gaze. You do not cross one threshold without my presence. I keep you now. I keep you tomorrow. I keep you forevermore. So rise with confidence and walk forward with assurance. Go out into the world knowing you are protected. Return at day's end knowing you are blessed. And let this confession steady your soul in every season. The Lord sees me. The Lord is with me. My going out is covered. My coming in is blessed from this time forth and forevermore. This is the seal of my love over your life. This is the promise that will not fail. This is the eternal keeping of your God, written not in sand that washes away, but in eternity that cannot be erased. Walk in it, rest in it, and let it be the peace that steadies your heart forever. Beloved, do not turn away now. Stay under the sound of my voice, for I am about to release over you a blessing that carries the weight of heaven. This is not the word of man, fragile and fleeting. This is the word of your God, eternal and unshakable. I speak life, protection, healing, and provision into every corner of your being. I wrap you now in my promises and seal you in the authority of my name. I set my protection over you like a shield. Every step you take is watched and guarded by my hand. I place a wall of fire around you, and I send my peace before you to prepare the path. Where you walk, you do not walk alone. Where you stand, you do not stand unguarded. My covering goes before you, surrounds you, and follows behind you. I am your keeper in the day and in the night, in the quiet and in the storm. You are never exposed, never abandoned, never left to fend for yourself. Hear me. No weapon formed against you will prosper. The enemy may design strategies against you, but they will collapse under the weight of my authority. Tongues that rise to accuse you will fall silent. Darkness that plots against you will be scattered. Assignments of destruction will break apart at the sound of my name. You are shielded not by human strength, but by divine decree. I surround your home, your family, your life with the power of my covenant. I release healing into you now. Healing that touches not only the body, but also the mind and the soul. Where pain has lingered in your flesh, I command restoration. Where weariness has settled in your bones, I breathe new strength. Where your thoughts have been clouded with fear or confusion, I bring clarity and peace. Where your soul has been pressed down by sorrow, I lift it up with joy. My healing is not partial, it is whole, it is complete. It reaches into every place of brokenness, every hidden wound, every silent ache. I break chains in this moment. Chains of fear that hold you captive, chains of heaviness that weigh you down, chains of confusion that scatter your focus, chains of depression that steal your hope. I shatter them by the power of my word. No bondage has authority to remain where my spirit reigns. You are not meant to live in captivity. You are called to freedom, and whom the Son sets free is free indeed. Walk in the liberty of my spirit. Stand in the strength of my deliverance. Breathe the air of freedom that I am giving you now. I see your needs, even the ones unspoken. I know the weight of financial strain, the anxiety of not knowing how provision will come. I declare over you, I am Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. I open the storehouses of heaven on your behalf. I release resources for rent, for food, for bills, for school fees, for the burdens that press upon your shoulders. I see the single parent carrying the load alone, the caregiver weary from giving, the student stretched thin in both strength and supply. To you I say, I have not forgotten you. I will provide. I will sustain. I will multiply. I will show myself faithful. I mark you with the authority of the name above every name, Jesus. In His name I break every assignment of darkness launched against you. In His name I draw a bloodline around your home, around your family, around your heart. The enemy has no right to cross it. The plans of destruction are nullified. The schemes of the adversary are crushed under my feet. You belong to me, and no power of hell can pluck you from my hand. I guide your decisions, for I am not only your keeper, but your counselor. I order your steps, that you may walk in paths of righteousness. I deliver you from snares, I keep you from temptation, and I make my word a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Where confusion has clouded your judgment, I give discernment. Where hesitation has slowed your pace, I give courage. Where uncertainty has raised questions, I give direction. You will not wander aimlessly, for I am your compass and your guide. I stretch my protection beyond your own life to cover those you love. I keep your marriage, guarding it from division and strife. I keep your children, shielding them from harm and drawing their hearts toward my truth. I cover your workplace, your journey, your dwelling, your travels. I command my angels to encamp around you, standing as warriors on every side. Their watch is constant, their presence certain, their power real. You are not unguarded. You are surrounded by my heavenly host. To the faint in faith, I breathe fresh strength. Where your flame has dimmed, I fan it into fire. Where your heart has grown weary, I fill it with courage. Where hope has waned, I plant seeds of confidence that cannot be uprooted. I transform sorrow into expectation, despair into trust, weakness into resilience. I open your eyes to see this day not as another burden, but as the stage for miracles yet to unfold. You are standing in a divine setup, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary by my hand. I seal these blessings in the name above all names, Jesus Christ. In Him you are safe. In Him you are healed. In Him you are free. In Him you are provided for. In Him you are guided. In Him you are covered. Let every word spoken now be planted deep into your spirit, immovable, unshakable, eternal. This is your blessing, and I declare it over you with the authority of heaven itself. Walk now in peace, for I go before you. Walk in confidence, for I am your keeper. Walk in joy, for I am your deliverer. And let this truth ring in your heart forever. You are blessed, you are covered, you are kept, from this time forth and forevermore. Beloved, as this message draws to a close, I call you to respond, not with silence, but with faith. Do not let these words pass through your heart without leaving a mark. Let your spirit rise and declare openly your trust in me. Write in faith, Amen, as a seal that you receive what I have spoken. Declare, "The Lord is my refuge," as a banner lifted high before heaven and earth, proclaiming that your hope is in me alone. These are not empty words. They are acts of faith. And faith moves mountains, tears down strongholds, and opens the door to miracles. I thank you, my child, for opening your heart to listen to my voice today. I see you, and I treasure every moment you spend in my presence. Not one word spoken, not one prayer whispered, not one tear shed in this time has been unnoticed. You are precious to me, and I delight in the time you have given to hear my promises. Now I ask you, do not keep this word hidden. Share it. Become a messenger of hope to those who walk in darkness, to those in your family, among your friends, in your workplace, who silently carry battles heavier than their strength. The comfort you have received today is not only for you, it is for others too. Let your light shine so that others may know my faithfulness. A single word of encouragement, a single act of sharing, can shift the course of someone's day, even their life. And I invite you to remain close. Return often to this place of daily encouragement. Let it become the rhythm of your mornings, a sacred time of prayer, a reflection on my word, a quiet moment where my peace settles your soul. When you subscribe and return, you are not just building a habit. You are building an altar, a meeting place between your heart and mine. In that place, I will strengthen you, renew you, and fill you again. Know this also. You are not alone in your prayers. Every request you leave is seen, and every cry of your heart is lifted before me. My servants, my people, intercede on your behalf. You are covered by a community of faith that believes in the power of prayer. You are never invisible, never forgotten, never without support. Even now, others are standing with you in spirit, carrying your burdens before my throne. So walk forward with assurance. You do not step into tomorrow uncovered. You walk beneath the shadow of the Most High. My angels go before you, preparing your path. My spirit surrounds you, guiding, comforting, and strengthening you. My love upholds you when you are weak and carries you when you are weary. You are not abandoned. You are not left to face the world in your own strength. You are kept. You are shielded. You are deeply loved. Hold fast to your identity. You are blessed. You are guarded. You are seen. You are loved. Do not let the voices of fear or doubt convince you otherwise. Stand tall in who I say you are. Step forward in faith, knowing that you are never alone. I walk with you, and my presence is your confidence. Until we meet again, remain in this truth. I am your keeper, your refuge, your strength. Rest in my love, rejoice in my promises, and remember always, you are mine.